Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's CNCF TAG Environment Sustainability meeting. Today is the 6th of September. It's Wednesday, and we didn't have a meeting for quite some time. I think like the last one was 3 weeks ago. So we have quite a few items on the agenda. Before we get to the open discussion items, a reminder that this is a CNCF meeting, so it falls under the CNCF Code of Conduct. The meeting notes are in chat, so everybody please add yourself to the attendees list. And is there anybody new to this meeting, new to the group who would like to introduce themselves?
I'm new.
Hi, Jacob.
Hello, my name is Jacob. I am a student from Aarhus University in Denmark, and I'll just add my video so you can see me. And I am doing a master's thesis on creating a carbon-aware carpenter, so a Kubernetes cluster autoscaler that is carbon-aware. So this is my first time in the meeting. So hello, everyone.
Awesome. Always great to see fellow students. All right. Is there somebody else? Otherwise, let's get started, or let's go to the next topic, the working groups. So we have started the working group Green Reviews a couple of weeks ago. Nikki or Christina, would you like to give an update?
I guess since Nikki is taking the notes today, I'm gonna give an update. Yes, so we had our first meeting in the Green Reviews working group for 2 weeks ago. I guess we have the second one on Wednesday next week. And quite a few people joined already for the first meeting, so that was really great to see. We used kind of the first meeting just to get to know where we kind of start and how we can start structuring the work and what we need to get progress on that work and kind of get a feeling of ownership as a group. So out of that, what came out is a separate project board in our tag and sustainability repo that I can share in the chat shortly. And on there, we have established at least a few tasks currently that we are working on, where one of them is kind of setting up and getting the infrastructure set up that we could start using to kind of start actually building something. Also, we have another separate item for design proposal on kind of how this sustainability footprint measurement implementation would look like. So Max did a great work there and started on the document and the diagram for that. So that would be great to get some feedback on that one as well. And lastly, we have kind of thought about going with Falco as the first CNCF project we will be kind of collaborating with and applying this sustainability footprint measurement framework that we will be working on, and they have been really engaged. So we have also received quite some feedback from them already on the GitHub issue, which we will need to go through and kind of see how we could get that collaboration going and diving into more details. So if you would like to contribute as well as part of that working group, there will be quite a few also technical tasks, I think, apart from kind of discussion and figuring out how we're gonna implement that. Do check out the project board, and if you have any feedback on any of those items, we would also appreciate it. Yeah, I guess that's probably the current state of things.
Awesome, thanks.
Anyone has any questions, don't hesitate to bring it up.
Maybe somewhere in our notes or in like the top parts, we have when the working groups meet. So if we go up, just so that for new folks coming in, then they know that the working groups are happening too.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we can have this definitely. We can have like here a new header, working groups, and then a link.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're using a separate Google Notes document, I think, for the working group. So we could probably link that here as well, in addition to our website and repo.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea. Carol, would you like to add this?
Yeah, I can do that.
Awesome. Are there any questions to the working group? Green reviews? Sounds like a great start.
Yep.
All right. There's also another working group comms, but we kind of circled back on this one. So we already voted on this, but we circled back because we didn't wrote down a charter. And so I see, Kara, would you like to talk
Sure.
about this?
Yeah. So essentially the communications working group would be almost like the marketing and events arm of marketing what we're doing within the tag, but then also kind of cross collaborating with other groups, namely the Green Software Foundation. So it's using this to establish, that strategy for how we want to handle events or any kind of digital or social. I know we have the LinkedIn and the Twitter. So how and who handles that. We also have web content and branding, especially when we are attending events or supporting an event in a certain way, whether it be in person or virtually. And so just using this communications working group as a place to also collaborate again with other sustainability projects that would align with the goals of and within the scope of this tag. And so my apologies for being a lackey not doing this or not getting this out sooner. But so if you want to scroll down, there's a few things though that this isn't. And basically it's not marketing any types of products. So this is truly the working group is about best practices. And what I mean by products, and I probably should clarify that, is by any one technology vendor. I work for Red Hat. I wouldn't say, OpenShift is more green than something else. So that would not be in scope. It's more about what is best practices for the industry. And so some of the deliverables that would come out of it would be developing templates and recommendations for contributions of blogs and white papers. Obviously, there's much room, but there is a blog process that the CNCF has outlined. So it would be, I can make a note. I need to revise that too. Making sure that we're within the blog process that CNCF has laid out, managing an event calendar, that website maintenance, and when it comes time, a refresh, the social media calendar, the posts, and any kind of content. It sounds like a lot. And so it is, but with all hands on deck, even just a little bit could help. But what I was thinking, and this is certainly what the input of folks is, to meet twice a month for a half hour, but I think probably it would really be an hour. And then leverage Slack as our asynchronous channel, and then report back during this meeting, kind of just as Christina did with the Green Reviews Working Group. Any thoughts or feedback or revisions are welcome.
Awesome. I haven't seen this yet. Yeah.
I had a quick conversation with Marlo regarding this, and she asked would I be able to help out a little bit. I said I'll try and help out whatever. So whatever is going on, I'll try and help a little bit.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, every little bit helps. Even if it's just folks seeing a new event, and maybe it's not one we necessarily are able to attend, but it might be something that we want to highlight because it is in alignment with our tag charter. And this is global, so it certainly is not only North America. But I will update this and then create a pull request, and then we can start working on our back, because we have a backlog. And I can set up a meeting sequence. So I'm happy to take the lead on this, and then anyone that wants to help out, please, will be able to come to the working groups, and we can manage this together.
All right, sounds awesome. I think this is very much needed because a lot of our work is outreach and communication and so on. So having a little bit more structure, I think, is very helpful. So this is awesome. Great.
Okay, good.
Okay. Are there any questions for the working group comms? Otherwise, let's move on to open discussions. And the first one has Christina.
Yeah, yes, now I created it a while ago. I think what this was related to is that we had some discussions a bit back and forth regarding the possibilities we could have in terms of aggregating the conferences and sessions in different events and meetups that are related to cloud native sustainability, so that we could aggregate that data and create a list out of it that we could publish on our website, so that anyone could go to the website, and then if they want to see any past or upcoming events and sessions that are related to cloud native sustainability, they could get it in one place. And we were discussing how we could achieve this in practice, and I think we have some possibilities there. Our wish is to automate as much as possible. And I think there was a script that Al Hussein has created at some point that he used to kind of collect such sessions from the past KubeCon, Cloud Native Con, Open Source Summit, I think, conferences. And he shared kind of that list in our Slack. And also he recently I asked him if he could share the script with us, and he did it. So we have kind of that opportunity to look into that script and see if this is something we could kind of incorporate into some kind of a GitHub action or a GitHub workflow, or eventually some other way to kind of automate this. And then maybe we would need to look into how we could extend it to like more conferences and potentially meetups, virtual meetups, local meetups out there, because there are probably more sessions out there that could be relevant for us to have as part of that list. And we have also been kind of discussing in that issue also how we could structure this information on the website itself, because in some cases we would want to have a dedicated blog post or a markdown file where we would describe in details all the sessions for a specific conference, like we did for KubeCon and Cloud Native Con EU. and we would probably want to continue doing that, but we would also want to have some kind of a table or a list that would just link to all those places so that others would not need to click on every single article, but they could just get a simple overview of all the events. So I thought it would be nice to bring it up here. If you have any like immediate ideas or have been doing some kind of scraping like this before, or doing some automation related to kind of collecting this type of data, and know or maybe have any suggestions on how we could do that, it would be great if you can just share it with us here today or at a later point on that GitHub issue. That would be really helpful. Also, if you would like to contribute to kind of making this happen, this implementation happen.
All right. Yeah, I was kind of surprised because there's like hundreds, or not hundreds, but probably like 100 talks or so in this list from the script, which was generated. So it's kind of surprising how many talks are out there. So having like some tool how to navigate through this list, I think that's an awesome idea. Yeah. Nikki?
One issue is that, for example, the term sustainability is used for various things. So, for example, ecosystem sustainability brought up a few of the talks that are in that list. So we will have to maybe, we'll have to do some sorting manually.
So,
I think
sounds like good. Maybe we want to have like a so we have, I don't think it's like a working group because it's like more a project. So maybe we can write like a project proposal and just post it also on Slack. Maybe find some folks who are interested supporting on this, because I think, as I said, it's a very good, very interesting idea. And I think the script was not too long, so perhaps maybe we can also reuse our existing repository. Don't need to overcomplicate things, but yeah.
And another point is also having a way for maybe non-technical people coming from outside, maybe who want to kind of share an event that is not in the list, or a session that is not in the list, that they mean belong or in this overview. There should be a simple process, not involving any, preferably not involving that much coding or understanding of GitHub and pull request specifics for such people, so that they could kind of have a way of easily sharing, submitting this information as well. So that's also one of the points I forgot to mention.
That's good. Kara?
This would probably be good as a project within the comms working group, you think?
Yes, I think it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. The question is like how long it takes to get the working group comms up. But I think we can also do like both things simultaneously, and then as soon as the working group is up,
definitely.
we can then just kind of merge it in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
All right. There's also one comment. Maybe a good solution can be a Google form. Yeah. I think like a low maintenance way should be priority, because otherwise, with all these sessions, it likely blows up. So we will see. All right. Are there any more comments, questions for this? All right. The next one is from Marlo. Marlo is not here, but it's about the next KubeCon North America, which is early November this year. And
what do you do?
I sell software supposedly for a company called Red Hat, which is part of IBM.
Wow.
Which Epic
Maybe that happens, maybe.
John, I think you're not on
all of Epic runs on us here. Yeah,
one of the big reasons why we had to have a reduction in force in two.
Right, I muted him. Right, KubeCon is early November this year, and as we also did for KubeCon EU, that we will have a couple of sessions. We have a maintainer talk, which has been accepted. There's also a keynote. Nikki, Marlo, and a few others are signed up. Very exciting. And we will also plan to have like a room booked probably on Monday or so, where we can meet up and just talk about the tag and so on. So there's, as also Christina said already for last KubeCon, we had one event post. So let me quickly bring this up. Where is it? So this is our website, and we have under events, one entry for KubeCon EU, for example. And we started working on creating basically the same thing also for this KubeCon, for upcoming KubeCon. So we have just like some information where we meet up, where the talk is, and just some highlights. And then probably the same thing also after KubeCon, that we will publish a blog post about the event. But maybe the working group comms has also some interesting ideas. All right. So probably this topic we will talk about this probably every time, because it's like a major event for us. A lot of us are also going there, so it's a great time also to meet in person. But the preparation started. Nikki?
Maybe it would be interesting to see if who is present is attending, or knows if they're confirmed to attend KubeCon.
Yeah, we can quickly make like a show of hands. Everybody in this call, if you like, if you plan to join, maybe you can just raise your hand quickly. So I can raise my hand.
So Leo and I.
Kara, are you planning to join?
No, I have travel requirements, so I can only, no, I'm not able to.
Okay. Not sure for now. Yeah, I think for some it's not sure right now, right? But I know like we will have a few folks coming up, coming to the event, and definitely also probably a couple of new faces who are just interesting in the work, and then join the maintainer talk, join the event. So I think anyway, this is like a good thing to prepare something.
Yeah, we saw a lot of new faces after
Yeah.
KubeCon EU, so it's great to also reach out to people who have no idea what the tag does.
Yeah.
Do you think there'll be a virtual, well, I know there's a virtual option, but when we had the tag meeting last time, do you think that there'd be a virtual option to that this time?
I mean, we can think about it. Like from my experience, like this would be a hybrid event. Hybrid events are not the best, because everybody in person in the room kind of just talks between them,
Yeah,
and then
that's
you
true.
also need to include the virtual folks. But yeah, sure, we can think about the way, or maybe we have like 2 sessions. I don't know, or we have a special meeting a week before KubeCon. I don't know.
Maybe we have a special one after KubeCon to get
Or
insights.
after, yeah, probably that
Yeah.
makes more sense, right?
No worries.
All right. Any more comments on the KubeCon topic? So the next one is sandbox reviews. So as you may have seen over email or over Slack, the sandbox reviews. So CNCF projects have every year a review, sandbox reviews, and they used to be conducted by the TOC. But since we have so many projects, they are now shifted over to the tags. But we as Tag Environment Sustainability do not really have any major projects. So most of the projects are assigned to one of the other tags. So Tag Runtime kind of asked us if we could help with 2 of their reviews. I think they have over 10 assigned to them, and they're kind of running out of capacity. And if you are not sure about what an annual review is, so there's not a requirement that you need to know one of these tools in detail. It's more about looking into dev stats, for example, to check if like how many maintainers are working on this project. Is there a lot of traffic on this project? Is the community developing? So it's more about that. And there's a template how to conduct these reviews, and they're kind of designed to be minimal in size. So this is not like a full-fledged security review of Kubernetes or anything like this, but it's very lightweight and just should give like an overview how like the project is doing community-wise and sandbox-wise. So I can also, 1 second. Pull up this document. So this is a little bit lengthy. So there's a lot of things on here, but this kind of describes a couple of things around this process, around conducting annual reviews. For example, how we can distribute reviews if a tag is not available. But there's also a template and so on. So, right, let me see. Maybe I can just pull up one. I don't know how far this is, but just that everybody has like an idea, like what we are talking about. So this is kind of more like the scope of the annual review. So you have like one template, a couple of sections which you need to fill out. And I think this is a very interesting opportunity to do something which we need in the community. So we need to have healthy projects. We need to look into those projects. We need to be aware of any problems that might occur and help those projects out. And this also gives a good opportunity to get like a more experience. What is like a good open source project and how to run these reviews, and maybe also look into some of these projects if you're interested in them technically. Right. Right. So there are 2 projects which Tag and Runtime would like us to run reviews. So if there's anybody who would like to or is interested in conducting one of these reviews, please let us know over Slack. You can just, there's a thread open, or you can also just write me a direct message. That's fine too. So as this is like something new, as I said, that these reviews are pushed towards the tags. We ourselves do not have a lot of experience running those, but I think we can make it. So it's not like crazy work, right? So it's looking into dev stats, a couple of other things. So Samuel is interested in Super Edge. That's awesome. Or this was a direct message. Sorry. All right. All right. Are there any questions towards this?
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, this is Samuel. And yeah, I said I'll be interested to work with the Super Edge project. And I just want to know, like, is there any other thing I need to know regarding the project, or we can take it off the Slack?
So I would maybe suggest that we can buddy up on these reviews. So I could, for example, buddy up with you, and maybe, I don't know, Max or Malo, or I don't know, somebody else here could also buddy up with somebody else. And then we can just look at the template and work on this together. I have asked Tag Runtime to open up issues so we can kind of have the communication not just in Slack, but also on dedicated issues. So I think that makes things easier. So I can ask them to open up an issue for both of them, and then anybody who is interested working on either of those reviews can just drop a comment in GitHub on the GitHub issue. I think that's the easiest way. Right. And also, as a just disclaimer, kind of, so this is kind of, we expected this to happen a couple of times a year, because these reviews, sandbox reviews, will be conducted, as I said, like every year. So we have, or we kind of have the anticipation that, for example, Tag Runtime or some other tags may be short at some point with their contributors working on these reviews. And they will ask us maybe in a couple of months or in half a year again, working on these reviews. So if you don't have time right now, but maybe in the future are interested working on one of these reviews, you can obviously go also to the other tag, but we will bring this up probably in the future as well. All right. Are there any more questions or comments on this one? All right. The next one is working group comms, that we are looking for a comms lead. This is kind of up in the air. So Kara just mentioned that she would like to take the lead. She was in the past couple of weeks didn't had so much time, so there was a little bit of questions how much capacity she has, but if she has time, that's obviously very great. But if anybody else is very interested in supporting this, because it may be also a little bit of more effort, so especially in those times where we prepare for KubeCon, if we have a maintainer talk, or if we prepare like a virtual event, as we do now, also with the Cloud Native Sustainability Week, I think 2 leads is always good. So if anybody's interested supporting this, also as a lead, please let us know. That would be great. And the last topic is an update on the Cloud Native Sustainability Week. So as you probably have seen, this has been now a topic of discussion for quite some time, and we've been working on separate meetings. So we have every 2 weeks a separate meeting on Thursday to discuss the Cloud Native Sustainability Week. And if you're interested in the format, in the event, we have on our website a tab, Cloud Native Sustainability Week, which gives an introduction. As you can see on this awesome map by Christina, there are a lot of locations. So right now we have around 26 meetups, but this number kind of changes every couple of days. So we have probably a few more, maybe a few less, but probably around the number of 25 is my expectation. So I think we are looking very strong. So if you would like to host a meetup, there's still time. So this event is scheduled for the 2nd week of October. If you're maybe in one of these regions or cities, maybe you can also buddy up with the organizer. Right. Let's go back to the agenda. Right, and we are kind of looking for a couple of organizers in the USA, because 2 out of 3 organizers are unsure if they have time to organize the event. So if you know a local meetup organizer in the USA, that would be great, because we're looking for some. And right, the next one is the Bevy page. So you may not be aware, but there's the website community.cncf.io. And if you go on this website, you have chapters, and there are like a lot of chapters. So as you can see in North America, kind of for all the major cities, there are local groups who organize meetups or events. And we also now have like a virtual chapter for the tag. So what is it actually called? Sustainability, something. Let me see. I don't have the link right now, but we have also a chapter for us. Wait, can I go to my dashboard? Yeah. Right. So we have this page as well, and we can use this to host virtual events. This is kind of our goal with the Cloud Native Sustainability Week, that we have all these local meetups, but also one virtual event for everybody who is not in one of these cities, but would like to participate or attend. And we can use this page to organize also workshops or host any kind of like webinar or whatever, which may be useful down the road as well. So we have a very generic name, Cloud Native Sustainability. We can do all sorts of things with this. So I think it's very nice change. Just gives us more flexibility. Right. And then two more things. So we've been thinking about also publishing a blog post series, or publishing a couple of blog posts also during the Cloud Native Sustainability Week. So I think that's a very great or interesting idea, just to have something besides also meetups and the virtual meetup, but to also have blog posts. I think that's like an obvious medium also to choose. And the authors from Scaphandre, Kepler, and also Cube Green are interested working on these blog posts or collaborating on these. So I think that's great. All right. And we have also worked on one blog post just announced, the Cloud Native Sustainability Week, which should be published on the tag blog today, and is, I think, scheduled to be published on the CNCF blog 19th of September or so. So in a couple of weeks. Right. Are there any questions, things about the Cloud Native Sustainability Week?
I would like to talk about shortly the issue 135. Could you please open this one?
Sure, yeah.
Which is small gifts for attendees. It seems, if you open
135.
Yeah, 135. Yeah, here it seems no CNCF store discount can be provided. Should we close or keep it open, this pull request? Because at the end, if you go at the end, yeah, unfortunately, I can't offer a discount for the store.
Right. Yeah, I mean, for the store is the CNCF store, but I think we can have discount codes for other things. So the store is just one thing, right?
Yeah,
but there's also
yeah,
the
in the
trainings.
CNCF store, yeah. We said that if it is possible, we can provide discount codes for some CNCF online courses, certifications, for example, CKA, CKS, right, CKAD certifications and courses, but it seems those ones are not possible.
Yeah. Maybe we can push this to the dedicated Cloud Native Sustainability Week meeting, and in the meantime, maybe we can just ask Katie what her thoughts are on the other discount codes, because I think she just said like the store. I don't know what her thoughts are on the other things. On general, for example, discount codes. If you would like to attend KubeCon virtually, maybe we can have for attendees like, I don't know, a couple 50% off or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
So if you like, you can just tag Katie in this issue and ask her about the other options.
Okay, I will ask. Thank you. Those ones I would like to talk about. Thank you.
Great. Awesome. All right. Are there any more topics regarding the Cloud Native Sustainability Week? All right, then I think that's it on the agenda. Are there any more topics you would like to discuss? We still have about 15 minutes. Otherwise, thanks so much everybody for joining this meeting. It's great to see everybody again after 3 weeks of no meetings. No meetings in the tag at least. And see you all around in Slack and during the next call.
Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.